Hi Liga, tell me, where are we right now? What is this building?
And this building is a building where so many state government institutions are located, and one of them is state real estate company. It is a state company where we are going to meet HR manager Edīte Kalniņa. I know she is very experienced in HR, and she is also interested in sustainability, and this is why I decided to meet Edite and to talk about Green HR.
Can you tell me when did you meet her for the first time?
I met last year in one discussion where she discussed where she participated, and she told about sustainability activities in a company. And then I found that they have a very good experience and they can share this experience, yes.
So, do you expect to learn something new today?
Of course, definitely, because it's so interesting to know different experience, green HR experience, because the companies are different, they operate different, and it's very important to know differences, how it's possible to realize a green HR.
And do you think it's going to be possible that you teach something new to her or give some advice?
Yes. I expect to get new information, but I am also ready to tell some ideas what is possible to implement in state real estate company.
Can you name one question you're particularly excited to ask?
Oh, for me it's very important to know how to educate HR managers about green HR, and I will ask this question, Edite's opinion about that. Hello Edite, nice to see you. These flowers are for you. Thank you so much for hosting us, and it's really great to see you and to talk about HR.
Yeah, so welcome to State Real office.
It's my pleasure to introduce with Edīte Kalniņa. She is HR manager in state real estate company, and it's my pleasure to be here and to talk about HR and also sustainability.
You are warmly welcomed in our office.
Yeah, Edīte, so great to be here. I know that you have very big experience in HR. Could you tell a little bit about your career path in HR?
Well, I have been now my 5 years with state-owned companies, state real estate. I'm responsible for human resources and as well for job safety here. And actually, I joined a publicly owned company with a kind of mission to change behaviors and practices and human resources in publicly owned companies and the way how we operate in publicly owned companies. But before and prior to that, I was HR at globally owned companies in pharmaceutical industry. I have been as well working for information technology companies and retail companies.
So different fields. How it's possible to be in HR in so different fields?
HR processes are the same, but I think each company I have worked for, they have been like universities and academy for me as HR person. I think HRs are learning by doing. So every role and every company I was working for actually was developing me as HR person. There were numerous new things and aspects I learned in each company. So that's kind of becoming richer in my HR competence. Because actually, I think formally there is even HR academic and professional program you can learn. But overall, in my eyes, we HRs, we learn by doing our job.
Yes, I completely agree. This is also my career path. I also worked in different fields in HR, and I really like HR. And this is the field where we can develop so many things, and we reorganize something, we make real changes, and I think it's very important. Yeah.
Exactly. HR somehow power and is a primary, I would say, right hand to company manager and company management or board in making company culture.
Could you a little bit tell about the company State Real Estate? What are you doing? Why this company is so important for the state?
Yeah, over 400 people work in state real estate, and we do have IT people, we do have engineers, we do have real estate managers, and we do have cleaning ladies and janitors, quite various professions. But overall, we as a leading company in Latvia who is managing and supervising publicly owned buildings and state real estate, starting from managing the house of our president and castle of our president, and building our theater buildings, and building border with Belarus and Russia, and caring for the safety of the country, and managing numerous office buildings of Latvian government institutions and ministries.
And I know that your company is also very active in development of sustainability. And could you tell a little bit more about this aspect? Why sustainability is so important for your company?
Well, I maybe will give HR perspective to
Yes,
this question in
yes.
my answer. To me, sustainability practices and reporting, and having as well full-time dedicated employee who is working with sustainability matters is kind of should be in DNA of each normal operating company globally or in Latvia. So for me, as for HR, sustainability actually helps to attract candidates. And that's very interesting when we have candidates coming for interviews. So we mostly interview during the first interview cycles online and remotely. New potential employees or candidates, they refer to sustainability report. Actually, candidates are looking at the websites of companies, they read sustainability reports, and they already come to interviews referring to what they have read in sustainability reports. And some of them are saying, I want to work for your company. I read in sustainability report what you are doing, and it's clear to me. So there is no need even during the interview to describe and tell what are our practices.
I see that it is different as 10 years ago or 15 years ago, when only a few companies, international companies, developed such sustainability reports. Yeah, but now we see also many Latvian companies, and for me it is something new too, that candidates, they are also very interested. I think the young generation especially, yeah.
I think it's all. I have candidates of diverse candidates and of different ages, but yeah, especially young generation in their 20s and 30s, they really do care, especially for green aspects and environmental aspects, and so they look company websites, they look company sustainability report, and they want to find those kind of keywords and that matches their values. So it is of importance to them. Yeah, so it's about the candidates, but as well we are working on developing our existing employees and improving their skills and understanding, improving their environmental awareness. For example, we do have on monthly basis sustainability lessons.
Wow, what does it mean, lessons?
So we teach employees. We have inspiring teachers and lecturers joining online and on-site, but actually our employees really do love online lectures and training, so you have almost more than half of employees joining for sustainability lessons, so they are at high demand, and we teach them about waste management and very different topics.
But as your company is responsible for buildings, then you have also very specific courses which are focused on these also environmental issues in the building, in construction. Yeah, could you say maybe some examples?
Yeah, if we look at our sustainability goals and areas, there are numerous areas we are working on. Of course, there is one of our departments who is working in building construction and renovating projects. So we look for introducing green construction principles. We are the ones who are developing and implementing concept of activities-based office here in Latvia, which as well has green principles in it. We are overall building user-friendly offices and accessible offices. It's the first activities-based office in public real estate buildings in Latvia. None of the employees, including our board members, have any office.
Specific place.
Yeah, so actually our board members were the first ones already when we were in old office in the old town in Riga, who moved away from their offices and they started to work together in one room, and we used their former board member offices as our conference rooms. So somehow they were really models and role models for employees. So there are several, you have closed conference rooms, traditional conference rooms, you have open space, you have that type of conference rooms for small meetings, simply with this silencing walls. We are working on energy efficiency and work practices, and we are as well caring for employee health and safety. So it's quite many objectives. But to give you some of the practices we are having, for example, we promote car sharing and use of public transportation. So each employee can have a public transportation ticket in order to reach out and to go to visit customers and clients. Or we have this practice and politics of car sharing. So I think it's a good behavior to have in place. But for me, it's really as well for having this green thinking and green mindset in all aspects. To give you one example as well related to the cars, we do provide safe driving course to employees, but it's not only safe driving, it's safe driving and eco driving. So it means the employees have both theory and practice in the field with teachers. The employees who are using car daily. We have around, I think, more than 50 people, drivers here, and we are teaching them really those practices and behaviors in the field, how to drive not only safely but as well eco-friendly ways.
Yeah.
And I think it starts with this mindset of HR and development people, that you are not procuring and purchasing only a safe driving course, but you have this awareness, and that you include and as well as this eco-friendliness and an aspect. So it starts with ourselves and our mindset for HR practices and development.
Yeah, but it's really interesting to also to listen, and I try to understand these initiatives come from the top, or these are initiatives come from HR, or they come from employees. How do you see, or this is a mix, and how you can say from where these initiatives comes?
For me, I think I personally have this passion as well for having those green practices in place, and sustainability in mind. Changes started with our employees who gave away printers in their office rooms, and so we have only one printer per each floor of company office. Changes started with our employees giving away their garbage bins. So typically there was a garbage bin at each of the working desk. Now we have one garbage bin at the floor level in the office building. So as well, those small behaviors and habits what each of us as employees we are doing, that kind of accumulates and gives that overall effect. So for HR, already mentioned, for HR, even before pandemics, we started to have a paperless office, and we do recruitment online. For the first stages of interview process, we use Zoom, or we use Microsoft Teams for interviewing. We do use e-signature for signing contracts. We do not have all our HR documents are processed in electronic manner.
You do a lot. I listen and I see you do a lot, but could you also measure the results of your activities? For example, do you analyze the dynamic of results, reducing carbon emissions, or this paper consumption also possible to analyze? Also,
it is. I will not be able to give you now statistics, so then we have to open our sustainability report. But it's part of practice. We do measure, and it's all reflected in our annual sustainability report, and we work a lot as well on those data analytics and trying to understand how to collect data and measure. It's still an area to invest, but we do measure. We have one of our engineers who is really a role model for me, because he is really daily and kind of consistently showing his example to turn off a laptop when you leave, to turn off lights in the office areas, and he is really role model for us, and kind of encouraging as well other colleagues. Actually, we do have even a special environmental category in our spot awards. So we have monthly spot awards for employees for recognizing their contribution in various areas. And for the past 2 years, we made as well special category in environmental field. So other colleagues and managers can nominate on monthly basis other colleagues for showing those green behaviors and practices and habits in place. And there is a small monetary award of €75.
Oh, but
going
great.
To the award receivers.
Yeah, it's great. But how about job advertisements? Is it possible in job advertisements also to see that you require green skills?
When we make our social network messages to the future employees, we are kind of integrating those when we are making small videos or texts in our, and when we are thinking how to show our company, I think then we are showing as well that we are diverse companies, that we are green thinking company, and we are kind of showing all those good aspects. We are quite a lot spreading the message about activities based and green office in our social networks. We have not put this buzzword, and saying like we are environmentally friendly company, because I think we really show those behaviors and green practices as interviewing online. But actually that's a good point. We could look at our job advertisement text and see whether there is space for improvement, and we could
this is my
add those aspects.
Maybe this could be my advice, because we could read also in the last World Economic Forum that the one of required skill is green skill, and I think we will see in more and more also in recruitment processes that these skills are requested, and I think this could be also good to for candidates to see that these skills are necessary, and for young generation also to develop these skills.
We really talk about the company values. In our case, that's collaboration and competence, health, safety, and that's where we really show to the potential and future employees, candidates, to our customers and partners. So what are the values of the companies? But I would be very cautious, and sometimes for the companies putting nicely those buzzwords, but then not really having that culture in place. So in our case, I really believe that we do have this culture in place.
The most important is real culture, it's real activities. Could you tell, maybe you have also some activities where employees do together, like tree planting or something else? Maybe you have such type of activities.
As we are real estate managers, we do have a space where we can plant trees and greeneries. I think one good practice we have is day without cars.
This is also
as
really
well,
good.
We have been encouraging and giving employees opportunity to use different mobile devices to come to the office, like electric scooters, and kind of try to live without the car. So that's one of the initiatives that comes into my mind.
I think in Latvia, where the weather at fall and winter is quite cold, and not so many people would like to go by scooters or something else. But of course,
then use of public transportation. So it's we really like to partner with local community, as we are based in Čiekurkalns area of capital city, which is slightly out of city center, and we have really nice activity we do together with local community, with Czech Republic's Development Society. We have made a library garden next to the library of local community, and we do house events there for employees, and it's really a garden. It's a kind of summer garden. Local people can come together and use that space for their activities, and we help them to make that green library garden.
Yeah, but this is something special. I have never heard about that.
For me that's a brilliant space for local community and to come together. And I know it's a green initiative, but actually we do have a choir established by employees. So they already participated in Latvian National Song and Dance Festival. But the interesting part is not only our employees are singing in the choir, but we have as well local community and other state institution employees who are working in the same office buildings. They are joining the choir, so it's kind of community.
Community in community. It's really good. But do you cooperate also with similar state companies in neighbor countries, and do you know what they are doing in sustainability? Maybe it's possible also to share some ideas. The same approach in neighbor countries, or you are unique?
Well, we are part of a larger European network called Euronet, which actually brings together real estate, public real estate management companies. We do visit, and we have friendships with our Lithuanian and Estonian and Scandinavian colleagues and colleagues all across Europe. We have had even interns from Netherlands coming and working in our office and learning. So we are sharing our experience, and there are some similarities we can observe in overall thinking how where publicly owned offices are moving. Actually, one interesting finding from recent research is that actually green plants and terraces and greenery place and roof terraces and possibility to work outside during the warm months plays a really big role. So if you look into the future, there will be more terraces and possibilities to work outside.
These places are more demanded. Buildings with such possibilities are more demanded.
There will be so there is demand from the customer side and from future employee side to have more opportunity to work in different zones and as well in greeneries and outside terraces.
About green HR, this is the term which maybe it's not so known. Do you see this term is known in Latvian HR society, or maybe how do you see about this term and also this concept?
I think it's new to HR. Typically, overall sustainability and corporate social responsibility items they land in communication departments. But I personally truly believe that green HR and sustainability is a muscle of human resource people, and it's really should be part of our competence, and we have to train ourselves ourselves, we have to educate ourselves, and of course as well introduce those behaviors and practices. But overall, I think in Latvia it's a new thing for HRs. But I really believe we have to become better, and we have to get our educational certificates in green HR, at least through some kind of structured training programs.
Yeah. This is great idea, I can say, yeah. But I would like to say that, I believe that it's very important that so many activities it's possible to realize with big support or by organizing by HR, because we have real processes, how to train, how to recruit, how to reward, and these are good instruments, these are good tools how to develop this also culture, how to also organize these activities, and I think it's very important how to explain to top management that this is necessary, because in many cases that the companies, they look only to it for achieving business goals, but this goal is different.
In real estate case, it's easy because this green thinking and green goals are part of our strategy and our strategic goals. And for me as HR and as well for the whole company, employee engagement is strategic goal.
Yeah.
So that's something what we measure and follow annually. We have our annual employee engagement survey, and there are numerous aspects we are kind of researching and we are listening to our employees what they are saying. But for me, definitely an argument for management would be this aspect of talent attraction and retention, that by as we already discussed, that by having that green approach and having those practices in place, that helps us to attract future candidates. And for a company as ours, with numerous new building and construction projects coming, and our customer pool expanding, we have to understand that we will need workforce, and we have to listen as well to our future employees and understand that this will be their expectations, that company are thinking green.
But when you look back, could you remember some challenges what was in your HR practice related to environment? Do you remember some examples when you needed to explain why it is important?
Just recall, and that was in my previous job experience, that by putting together first sustainability report, at first finance director, so we did it with our own resources, and we had no any external help, but the only investment I needed was for the graphic design, and we even had it in paperless form in virtual, but still we needed an assistance of a graphic designer, and I asked company management and finance director for some small investment, and he was reluctant at the first saying, why do we need that sustainability report? And then interestingly, that during the course of year, our accounting and finance department was expanding, and we were recruiting quite a number of accounting and finance people, and so he he was reluctant, but gave this small money for graphic design, and we made the sustainability report, and it was published in Latvian and English and published on our website. And interestingly, that all candidates who came for the interview were referring to sustainability report and saying, and that's when finance director came to me and said that he apologizes that he was reluctant
great
first,
example.
but that now with all the candidates coming for interviews and saying that they want to work for the companies, they have read sustainability report in our website and they really love the company and those practices. So he understands the value added of this sustainability report. We are not simply doing it because there is a law saying that the company has to do. There's a value.
But if we look more global, because we know that European directives also ask to companies or request companies to prepare sustainability reporting, and next year 300 companies will develop such a type of report. How do you see how HR will change? Do you see some changes in mindsets, in activities?
I think overall I see HR people growing and developing. So comparing to the beginning of century when I started my HR career, there were very little HR people, or we were not even having those HR names, but mostly we were responsible for personal records and record keeping. So now we really have HRs in place as well in state-owned company and in private companies who really have competence in place to deal with compensation and reward systems, performance management, recruitment and talent attraction. So there are new competencies of HR are raising, and we still have to learn more. I recall when during pandemics in the spring, our employees were very tired, and I put together a health program together with psychologists and Sud Stubbings that 21-day walking program. So employees were connecting in Zoom and were having walks together and listening to psychologists and doing some meditation and doing it for 21 days. Because some researchers say that during 21 days you can change your habits and new ways. And actually very interestingly, to so many employees, those morning walks became kind of daily routine afterwards. So they continued to
it's
do
my
that.
approach.
And
I do the same.
And they got this energy. So so we were measuring what happened after those 21 days, and actually that was a nice tool to get this energy back of employees.
But really good support during the COVID. It was really good support, because I remember that in our school where I work for rector, we had also such meetings where people told that they are tired and they want to have also some vacations, but maybe it was not about vacation. Maybe it was just to get new type of new way of energy that to get, and this was really great that you could offer such activities, and also to talk about, to inspire them, that it's very important to also to reflect, to meditate, and also to just to take a time without any device and to be only with only.
And those are the skills of HR. I believe that you understand, that you listen to employees, and then you have that skill to put together those programs within the company to help employee to start new behavior behaviors or new habits, and then have that overall positive impact as well on company results and performance.
Yeah, I see that. This new concept where HR together with sustainability, it takes it requires time to be developed, and I would like to say that it was so great to listen that you have so good culture and so many activities where you realize. Maybe you don't say green HR, but you do a lot, and I can confirm that you are really in green HR, and I can say that it was my pleasure to talk with you, to know about your practice, and this is very important to share. And as you said, that we need to share experience, we need to educate, and we need to inspire. And your case is inspiration for HR that it's possible to do. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for the good words, and everyone is welcome to visit our state real estate office here in Čekurkalns part and learn from us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. This podcast was about green HR in state institution, in state real estate, and you see that it's really possible to realize green HR in state institutions. This podcast is for HR practitioners, students, academics to find the new ways how it's possible to develop green HR. It was a surprise for me. I couldn't imagine that so many activities it's possible to organize in state institution.
What's one thing that stuck in your mind that surprised you?
For me, I was really surprised that it is a complex. It is not only one activity, but it is a culture, and these are different activities, what they are doing. And this is great how they could develop such a culture.
And out of everything that Edīte Kalniņa told us today, what's one thing you wish audience took away from this?
To be brave. I think it's most important to be brave, just to listen employees, to listen potential employees, what they are wanted, and also to realize, to offer such a possibility, and to listen also what they can offer for the company, what employees can offer for the company.
Okay, see you next week.
See you next week.